This is the Louie Tee Network.
Who else could it be but me, your me, Louie Tee? Welcome to the Draft Party Pregame Show. I, of course, am your set man, Louie Tee. Thank you for joining me on this program as we get primed and pumped for the 2017 NFL Draft. Hope you got your snacks. I got mine. I told you I was going to come prepared. I got some cocaine right here. So normally I bring crack. And for those of you who were here last year, you know what crack is, man. Go to Walmart, get the trail mix. But see, this isn't any trail mix right here. See, the normal kind is in the purple bag, and it's, boy, is it delicious. Crack is what I call it. But see, you don't get this from just any Walmart. You got to go to a highfalutin, high-sedity Walmart to get this. You just can't go to any old corner store Walmart and pick this up. That's why this is cocaine right here. And so, got my cocaine right here. Got my pineapples right here. Got my nice tall bottle of water. I'm ready to go, okay? I need y'all to tell me what snacks you munching on as we prepare for the 2017 NFL Draft. I need to know what y'all loaded. And you know, at first I thought about busting out a bottle of wine. I said, come on, man. This is not the time. We got visitors, okay? You know, there's going to be a much larger crowd tonight than normal. It's not going to be our normal cast of characters. We got visitors, all right? So we need to be respectful, you guys. Behave yourselves out there. We got visitors, okay? So we have to be respectful tonight. I said, no way can I bust out the bubbly and get a little saucy on y'all tonight. That wouldn't be prudent. So, number one, I can't be saucy up here in front of y'all, in front of the visitors now, okay? If it was just the regular crew, you know how we do. But that's not the case tonight. Number two, and this is for my wine connoisseurs out there. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't waste wine. I taste wine, okay? You can't be eating cocaine. You can't be eating pineapples and want to sip wine too. The three don't mesh together, okay? I like to enjoy my wine. I don't like to just drink it just to be drinking it. I like to actually taste my wine. So we're going to talk about a number of things tonight, get you guys ready for the 2017 NFL Draft. First things first, number one overall pick, Cleveland Browns. The report out on the streets is that Myles Garrett is going to be that pick. Look, I never doubted that for 1 second. Everyone kept trying. Adam Schefter especially kept trying to beat this into our heads that they were considering Mitchell Trubisky. And maybe they were. Bottom line is, Myles Garrett is the number one overall pick. He's the best player in this draft. There's no way the Browns are going to pass up on Myles Garrett. End of discussion. And so I never was falling for the old banana in the tailpipe. Get out of my face. Garrett was always the pick for me. And I think it's already been confirmed that he's going to be the number one overall selection in this draft. Good. Get the suspense out of the way. I don't need it. Give me what I need to know. Number two is when this draft gets interesting. Just like last year. Remember, Bosa right off the bat, number two, threw everybody for a loop. And in the draft, was he number two? Or was Jacksonville number two last year? It doesn't matter. Wherever the Chargers were and wherever Bosa was taken, and I think that was 3 if I'm not mistaken, that's when the draft got real last year. You know how they say in basketball, the playoffs don't actually start until the road a team wins on the road? The draft doesn't actually begin until we get a surprise. Last year, Bosa at 3 to San Diego, I think it was 3, was a surprise. And I think after that, the draft really started to take shape and threw a bunch of curveballs at us. Tonight, we know who the number one pick is. That's not a surprise. I think once the 49ers make a decision, they could really impact this draft. Say they go quarterback, that throws everybody for a loop. I want to see what you guys are saying out here. Let's get to some of your comments, man. Let's see what you guys got going on. Reese says, Lou, today is the best day ever, or what? Great to see you, my friend. I wouldn't go that far, Ree. I wouldn't go that far, but it's a great day. It's a fun day. That's for sure. Ree says, hope like hell my Bucks don't trade out of the first round. It's being rumored. It would ruin my night. Maybe it'll be for the best. Relax. Just enjoy the festivities, man. Vincent Coe says, let's go, Lou. One of the best weeks of the year. Indeed, indeed. Ben Glassford says, potential surprise top 10 pick in your opinion. I don't know. Nothing. I told you nothing's going to surprise me in this draft. I will say this. I have a couple of, you heard it here first. Number one, Joe Mixon will not be selected in the first round. I can guarantee you of that. So that's one of my guarantees right there. Joe Mixon, not going to be selected in the first round. Two, Garyon Conley will not be selected in the first round. Now, I don't think he's going in the third like a lot of reports are saying. I think he's going to go in the second round, but he won't go in the first round now. I think that whole situation, true or false, doesn't matter. It scared the hell out of teams. I don't think he's going in the first round either. That's my second prediction. And my third and my biggest prediction of them all, count them, 4 quarterbacks are going in the first round. And let me make another prediction while I'm at it. Someone's going to fall out of the top 10. So I can't answer your question, Ben, because I don't know who could sneak into the top 10 that we haven't already ran through. All these different mocks, everybody's just about touched on all the players that's going to go in the top 10. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. But what I will say is that of these 3 players, I'm going to name 3 players. One of these guys, I guarantee you, one of these guys will not be in the top 10. Okay? You ready? Jonathan Allen, O.J. Howard, Malik Hooker. One of those 3 players, if not more, will not go in the top 10. You heard it here first. That is my final guarantee. One of those 3 players will not be selected in the top 10 picks of the 2017 NFL Draft. If they all go in the top 10, I will be thoroughly surprised, and you can go ahead and put the dunce cap on my head. I am adamant that one of those guys is out of the top 10. And you know what, Ben? I can actually answer your question. You know what would surprise the hell out of me? Everyone, I see a lot of mocks putting Christian McCaffrey at 8 to the Carolina Panthers. No. So if that happens, that would be a surprise to moi. Let's get to some more of your comments. Nick Riley, my man Nick and Knight, Showtime, says, hey, Lou, how much for a rock? Hey, I can't pass you none of this, man. And this ain't rock, man. It's that powder right here, man. This is cocaine, not crack. I don't have crack tonight, okay? Get your mind right. Let's see what else we got. Reese says, got my Arnold Palmer tee. That's all I need. Hey, look, man. To each his own or her own, okay? I love it. My man Nick says, I got these gummy bears, some nachos, and Patron on deck. Oh, man, he's trying to get saucy tonight, man. I hear you, man. I am not mad at you at all. Sean Mack says, Papa Lou telling on us, be on our best behavior. I already told you, Sean Mack, don't be out here cutting up. It's already 155 people watching. You know we don't normally roll like that around these parts. So you know we got visitors on deck. Do not act a fool tonight, fellas. Bossaholic says, where do we put the mocks? You know what? I am so unorganized with those mocks that I'm going to have to tally up everything after everything's done, because normally I would have everything. I try to do it computerized, and I just jack the whole process up. Normally I handwrite it, and it's much easier that way. I actually had copies from last year that I was just going to write the picks in, but I tried to be all sophisticated. I wanted you guys to be able to see it, and I just messed it up. So what I'll have to do is I'll figure it out. You know who you picked, though. And I got all of your different messages, whether it's on Twitter or it's on YouTube. I got your messages, so I'll be able to pull it off of there and see what you did. So As long as it doesn't say edited, you're all good. Let's see what else we got. Sean Mack says, my Browns are doing something smart. I'm shocked and happy. You had to know. You had to know that they were going to take care of business tonight, man. See what else we got. Okay, so we all caught up on the comments, it looks like. No, we're not. Who are they singing the national anthem? I have no idea. All right, let's see. I skipped a ton of comments. There we go. Vincent Cole says, NFL Draft Starter Pack, NFL Network, and this channel. Appreciate that, man. Lorenzo Simpson says, Redskins need to trade back or take the best linebacker available. I don't want to reach for a linebacker. That I don't want to do. I only really feel like there's two guys that deserve to be picked in the first round at the linebacker position. And those two are Reuben Foster and Hassan Reddick. If you start talking Jared Davis, and Alex Anzalone, Witherspoon, any of those guys, that's when I start saying, hey, look, man, that's too rich for my blood. We definitely would need to trade back at that point. All right. Let's see what else we got. Reese says, all those red carpet interviews are super awkward. See, I haven't been watching that long because I don't need all the extra stuff. Your boss says, 49ers should draft O.J. Howard because they can kill two birds with one stone on the offensive side of football, the running game and the passing game. We'll see what happens. I don't know if the 49ers will be that buck because it takes a really, really confident organization with big stones to take a tight end at 2. The highest I think I've ever seen a tight end go in the draft was 5. That was Kellen Winslow Jr., like in 2004. Same draft with Sean Taylor. That's the highest I've ever seen a tight end go. I don't think I've ever seen a tight end go any higher than that. So to go 2 overall, that would take some big stones by the 49ers. I don't see it happening. My man Nick says, nah, bro, no 4 QBs, that's crazy talk, chill fam. But on another note, I stand by saying that this, hate or love it, but Mixon is the best running back in this draft. I promise you that. I know people who feel that way. I wouldn't put him ahead of Leonard Fournette. But if you're talking all around, Fournette's hands aren't bad. People think he can't catch. He can catch. Mixon is more of a natural pass catcher, though. Fournette is not a great blocker, but then again, I'm not that sure that Mixon is either. So, for my money, I'm still taking Leonard Fournette. Mixon's good. He's really good. I hate to give him credit because he played in the Big 12, but he's good. You can't deny talent when you see it. Joe Mixon has that, so I won't deny the man that. Vincent Cole says, if both John Allen and Hassan Reddick are both available at number 17, who do you prefer for your skins? I know they would take Jonathan Allen, which I would be totally fine with. Either one of those guys would make me extremely happy. Both of them, Reddick is not, okay. So let me also make another declaration right here, right now. Hassan Reddick will be the first linebacker taken in this draft, and he won't get out of the top 10. The top 10 is constantly evolving and changing. McCaffrey could sneak in there, which that would blow my mind because he is not a top 10 running back. And just to see his all of a sudden meteoric rise is ridiculous. I've seen at least 5 mocks that have Christian McCaffrey at 8 to the Panthers, which, first of all, he does not fit into their offense at all, whatsoever. That's number 1. Number 2, he's not better than some of these other backs. Now, granted, Cook isn't clean off the field, and some teams may feel some type of way about that. Mixon, we all know about his situation. I get it. I understand. But to pick him at 8, I can't see the Panthers doing that. But they do need a running back. But at 8, I don't see it. But we'll see. But to answer your question, I would take either one and not bat an eye. It wouldn't make me one bit of difference. If I had to pick one, I'd prefer Jonathan Allen, yes, because we need some help on the defensive line. But being that we made some moves in free agency and we don't know how those are going to turn out, probably would say just give me Hassan Reddick. But I would definitely say Jonathan Allen because that would be a steal. From a guy that was perceived as a top 5 pick, to get him at 17 would be highway robbery at that point. Dream pick for us at 17. You know what my dream pick is. I already told you what my dream scenario was for the first 3 rounds. If you don't know, then you need to go check out that Redskins video. But I already told you what I wanted the Redskins to do in round 1, 2, and 3 with their first 3 picks. So, hold on. Hugh Jackson's talking on NFL Network. Oh, and just so you know, I am an NFL Network guy. I don't watch the ESPN coverage, so there's that. So we might be watching 2 different telecasts, just so you guys know. BE says, you got my mock draft? Yeah, I got it. Remember, we talked about that last night. I got it. Sean Mack says, I'm going to be torn if Davis and Foster are there at 12. LOL. I think Foster could be there at 12. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to be there at 12. After all of the things that have come out over the last couple of weeks, I think it's a pretty safe bet that he'll be there at 12. All right. Rashad Hunt says, snack game is strong. Tall can of OE and some wings. Love it, man. Love it. I hope everybody's got their nice snack and whatever your comfort food, whatever you need to put you in the mood to be. Look, man, this draft is not going to be quick. Remember last year, I think we were here till like midnight. So saddle up. We're going to be here for a while, man. So I hope you got everything you need to get this thing done. All right. See what we got now. I done skipped over a whole bunch of comments again. All right, here we go. My man Reed says, I missed the draft at Radio City Music Hall. No, you don't, Reed. Why would you say that? It doesn't make a difference, does it? Bossaholic says, Lou got that booger sugar. Hey, call it what you want, man. I am snacking my ass off. It's what I do. What up, Redskin Review? Andrew Kim says, whoops. I edited mine, so it was just uneasy with some of those picks, LOL. It's all good, man. Sean Mack says, I'm watching NFL Network and Louie Tee at the same time. You are better than most people on these networks, bro. I appreciate that. First name, last name says, I'm watching ESPN and Louie Tee. Hey, to each his own, man. Whatever coverage suits you well, I'm just glad you're here chopping it up with me. Hopefully I don't be spitting all night. Slump says, I swear I got heated when McCaffrey to the Bolts was rumored. That man snuck into the top 10, and I don't even know when it happened. I just looked up, and McCaffrey was in the top 10, and I'm like, where did you come from? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Mo Hunnit says, do you think the Jets should trade Sheldon Richardson this draft? The dude is a dipshit, but he can still play, worth a first-round pick. I don't think the Jets are going to garner a first-round pick. I think they can get like a third for him. He can play ball, but the guy is a head case. So I know why the Jets want to get rid of him. I think they're going to trade him. I really do. Redskin Review says, what's up, Louie? I saw your thoughts on Reuben Foster, but, man, I think he might slip to us at 17. We got 2 D linemen in free agency. Even though I don't like them, I think it makes sense. The thing that scares me about Reuben Foster is 2 things. All Redskin fans remember the safety that we took out of Virginia Tech, Kaishan Jarrett. One stinger injury, a major stinger, final game of his rookie season, ended his career. Reuben Foster has already had 3 reported stingers at Alabama. Okay, he doesn't see what he's hitting. All right, he's gonna get another stinger. The guy is reckless. He's physical. He doesn't care. Puts his body on the line. He's gonna get another stinger. The next one could be the last one. That scares me. That's 1. 2. I don't know if he's smoking weed or not, and I really hate the NFL's weed. Their testing for marijuana, and it's garbage. The most minute quantity can get you red flagged on a test, which is just dumb. And in certain instances, some of these players are in states where marijuana is legal. It's just dumb. But in any event, I think he smokes weed. And he's going to find himself in the drug program, in the substance abuse program, rather quickly. And before you know it, he's getting a 4-game suspension. I don't know if I want to deal with that, man. That scares me. I keep saying he's got a daughter, though. He should be mentally in a different place, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case. At 7:55, we're going to end the pregame, and we're going to get into the actual 2017 NFL draft party here on the Louie Tee Network. So I'm going to need you guys to follow me over to the actual draft party stream. This is just a pregame to get everybody going. John T says, Niners are trying to trade down Showtime with Louie Tee. I appreciate that, man. I know they want to get out of there. Honestly, John Lynch and company want to get out of 2. The question is, can they find someone that is desperate enough to come up to 2 now? The only way I see someone wanting to come up to 2 is if Myles Garrett was available. And at that point, if you're a 49ers fan, you're like, to hell with trading out. Take Myles Garrett. But I don't think Garrett's going to be there. The Browns are going to take him. At that point, I don't see anybody coming up for Trubisky that early. You don't need to. I feel like that 2 spot isn't that hot of a spot, if you ask me. But we'll see. Reese says, I watched the draft on ESPN solely for the pre-puck jingle. Doom, 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 doom. Nick says, if the Panthers take McCaffrey, I'm going to have to roll the fattest L to get on the Panthers level. Their plug too strong. I don't think they're going to do it, man. I just can't see the Panthers pulling the trigger on McCaffrey at 8. I just can't. Mike Pa says, Bucky Brooks mock has our skins getting Mitch Trubisky. How would you feel if that happened? That would tell me that the Redskins feel like there's no way to work it out with Kirk. And I would be fine with that, honestly speaking. What I don't want to do is be left without a quarterback. Because I firmly believe that Kirk Cousins is going to San Francisco next year. That's just how I feel. I don't think that he's going to feel wanted enough. And I don't think we're going to win enough. Because I already told you the scenario where I feel like he could come back. And that's if the Redskins come dangerously close to doing something special in 2017. And he wants to finish the unfinished business. That would be the instance where I feel like the Redskins would feel like, man, this guy almost got us to the Super Bowl. And Kirk Cousins is saying, man, we almost got to the Super Bowl. Redskins would then at that point be ready to pony up. Kirk Cousins is saying to himself, man, I'm the leader of this team. We almost got to the Super Bowl. I want to make this thing happen here in D.C. And that's how you get a deal done. I don't see the Redskins coming anywhere near getting to the NFC Championship game. I don't see Kirk Cousins feeling the love from the Redskins. I just don't see that whole situation coming together. So if you tell me Mitchell Trubisky is the guy and you love him and he's there at 17 and you take him, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But guess what? All these hypotheticals, this is why we love this time of the year. Mitchell Trubisky's not going to be there at 17, so I don't even want to entertain that thought because he's not going to be there. Moving right along. Chris Davis says, I want one of these inside linebackers so bad. I'm going to tell you right now, Chris, don't get your hopes up. It's not happening, bro. I mean, look, I'm going to tell you what. I think Reuben Foster might be there. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Reuben Foster is sliding down draft boards. He's going to go in the first round somewhere. He may be there at 17. He may not be. I can assure you of this. Hassan Reddick won't be there. I've already come off of that train. Hassan is gone before 17. So I'm not even going to entertain that thought anymore. Let's see. BE says, I'm an NFL Network guy as well. Only people I trust. Your boss says, Lou, when does the draft begin? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And it's 7:55. So what I'm going to do, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining me on the Louie Tee Network for the pre-draft, draft party pregame show. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the actual live draft party feed. So follow me over there as we get prepared. We're now 5 minutes away from the Cleveland Browns being on the clock. I want to go ahead and get prepared for that. So I will see you on the actual draft party live feed in a few minutes. See you then. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. I will see you over on the actual Louie Tee Network 2017 Draft Party Live feed. See you then.